Releasing the inner critic and performance pressure begins with recognizing that the voice inside you that criticizes, pushes, and pressures has never been proof of strength. It has been a strategy, often an old one, often learned early, often adopted in moments when approval, safety, or belonging felt uncertain. The inner critic did not arise because you were weak. It arose because your system was trying to ensure survival through control. Today is not about silencing that voice or fighting it. Fighting would only repeat the same pattern of internal aggression. Instead, today is about letting the nervous system learn something new. That harshness is not required for growth, and that improvement does not depend on self-attack. As you listen, allow your body to settle into a comfortable position, not rigid, not collapsed, simply supported. Let your breath move in its own natural rhythm again, not as a technique, but as a background signal of continuity. Breathing happens without criticism. Your heart beats without being told it must do better. Your body already knows how to function without being shamed into action. This is an important reference point. Many people believe that without pressure they would stop progressing, stop caring, or lose discipline. But pressure and care are not the same thing. Pressure tightens, care supports. Confidence grows in care. As you bring awareness inward, notice if there is a subtle sense of bracing, as if you are being watched or evaluated even now. That sense of being evaluated internally is performance pressure, and it can exist even when no one else is present. Simply noticing it without judgment begins to loosen its grip. You are not here to perform relaxation correctly. You are here to experience what it feels like to stop performing altogether. Let that land slowly. The inner critic often speaks in absolutes. You should be better. You are behind. This is not enough. It believes that fear is the fuel of change. Yet research and lived experience show that fear narrows attention, reduces flexibility, and keeps the nervous system in threat mode. Threat mode is useful for emergencies, not for learning, growth, or confidence. When the body feels under attack, even from within, it prioritizes protection over exploration. Today, you are teaching your system that growth can happen without attack. Imagine, for a moment, that the inner critic does not need to disappear, but it no longer needs to be in charge. It can step back from the driver's seat and rest. You are not firing it, you are reassigning it. As it steps back, notice what replaces it. Often there is space. Sometimes there is quiet. Sometimes there is uncertainty. All are acceptable. The nervous system is adjusting to the absence of constant pressure. That adjustment may feel unfamiliar, even slightly uncomfortable, because pressure has been confused with motivation for so long. Stay with that sensation gently. You are not losing motivation, you are changing its source. Instead of fear-based motivation, you are allowing interest, values, and self-respect to begin playing a role. This transition takes time, and it begins with safety. As you continue listening, notice how your body responds when it is not being internally pushed. Perhaps the breath deepens a little. Perhaps muscles soften. Perhaps nothing obvious happens at all. Nothing obvious is still something. The absence of attack is already a shift. Nathaniel described self-esteem as the experience of being appropriate to life, experience cannot be forced through criticism. It arises when you trust that you can meet life without betraying yourself. Performance pressure often tells you that worth is conditional. You are acceptable only if you succeed, improve, or impress. Today, you are loosening that condition. You are allowing worth to exist independently of outcome. This does not mean you stop caring about growth. It means growth becomes safer. As this understanding settles, you may notice thoughts arising that say, if I am not hard on myself, I will become lazy or complacent. These thoughts are common. They are not truths, they are fears. Rather than arguing with them, simply notice them as mental events, passing through awareness. Russ Harris teaches that confidence is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act with fear present. Similarly, self-trust is not the absence of doubt, but the willingness to treat yourself with respect while doubt exists. Right now, you are practicing that respect by not engaging in mental self-violence. Notice how different that feels from self-control. Self-control tightens the reins. Acceptance loosens them. Acceptance does not mean approval of everything you do. It means allowing your internal experience to exist without punishment. This distinction is crucial. Many people mistake acceptance for giving up. In reality, acceptance removes unnecessary friction. Friction wastes energy. When friction decreases, energy becomes available for learning, creativity, and action. Performance pressure drains energy by keeping the system in constant evaluation mode. As that pressure eases, even slightly, you may feel a quiet sense of relief. That relief is not weakness, it is efficiency. Your system is learning that it does not have to run on emergency power all the time. Imagine now that you are speaking to yourself from a place of steadiness rather than urgency. The tone is calm, firm, and respectful, not indulgent, not harsh, just clear. This tone does not demand perfection. It invites participation. It says, we can take the next step without attacking ourselves. Let your body sense what that tone feels like. The nervous system responds to tone more than words. A harsh tone signals danger. A respectful tone signals safety. Confidence grows when safety and challenge coexist. Today, you are rebalancing that equation. You are not removing challenge from your life. You are removing hostility from your inner environment. As this session continues, notice if there is any part of you that feels tired of being pushed. That fatigue is information, not failure. It is a sign that the old strategy has been costly. You do not need to shame yourself for being tired. You can listen. Listening is a form of self-trust. When you listen to your internal signals, you begin to build a relationship with yourself that is based on cooperation rather than domination. Over time, this relationship becomes the foundation of genuine confidence. Confidence is not loud. It is not performative. It is the quiet knowledge that you can handle yourself, even when things are imperfect. As you sit with this, allow the idea to settle that improvement can come from curiosity instead of criticism. Curiosity opens. Criticism closes. When you are curious about your behavior, you can adjust it. When you attack it, you defend it. This is why self-attack often maintains the very patterns it tries to eliminate. Today, you are stepping out of that loop. You are not required to replace the inner critic with affirmations or positivity. That would be another form of control. Instead, you are allowing a neutral, observing presence to emerge. This presence notices mistakes without humiliation. It notices effort without exaggeration. It notices progress without pressure. As you rest in this presence, even briefly, your nervous system records a new experience. I can exist without being attacked. That experience matters. Repeated over time, it reshapes identity. As this session moves toward its close, carry with you the understanding that motivation rooted in fear is fragile, but motivation rooted in self-respect is sustainable. You do not need to scare yourself into becoming who you want to be. You can invite yourself. Today, you have taken an important step by loosening the belief that harshness creates improvement. What creates improvement is safety, clarity, and consistency. You are allowed to grow without suffering. Let that be the final impression your system holds as you return to your day. Not pressured, not judged, but supported from within.